Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm going to give a big time update on basically when you're dealing with people. With this series about don't reward bad behaviors, and many of these behaviors were rather, some would say just call it narcissistic, okay, abuse of some, more of a verbal kind of abuse. And a part of it involved dealing with our dog Marmaduke. He's a big black lab. I jokingly say he's a mix between black lab and bear, B-E-A-R. He's a big dog. And the one that I've been doing more of lately involves Marmaduke. So let me just jump right into this part of it. The third Saturday, which was this past Saturday, depends on when you watch this, but we took it. Adam wanted to take Marmaduke to the groomer. The dog has been to this groomer for years. Okay, he's so big that when the weather becomes hot, like right now it's 86 degrees, it's supposed to get into the 90s today. And when the weather starts to turn hot, we have him shaved, his hair shaved. He can't handle it. Okay, he really can't. The heat. And we, went from cold to, this weekend we're supposed to be back in the 40s and 50s, so, yeah. But he's an inside dog. Anyway, we took him to this groomer, and it was, the weather was just kind of cloudy, and it was fine. We dropped him off. I got one of the, I guess she's I don't know what you call her, one of the groomers, I guess. She was a young woman to help Adam get Marmaduke out of the back of the SUV. And I've mentioned it's very difficult to get him out because he's old. The dog is old. And she came, okay. She looked just so frail herself. But I had turned around to walk off, to walk back around and to get out of their way. And I heard her say something, and I turned around and saw Marmaduke on the ground. Okay, this is a tall SUV. So, yeah, and I'm, she got him in there, and if Marmaduke sees me still there, I had to go around and get in. If he would have seen me still there, I've known this dog for many years. What he does is he tries to come back to me, and he causes big ruckus, and, he wants to be with his mommy. That's what Adam says. He wants to be with his mommy. So, anyway, they took him into the, Adam said, that was so cute. Once they got into the building and shut the door, he just marched off with the woman. Okay, so after we left, dropping Marmaduke off, they said that they would, call us or text us and let us know when to come pick him up. And we left from there. We went to Walmart to the garden center. We wanted to buy some stuff, to plant some tomatoes and stuff like that. We don't have that big of a yard to do it. And I'm feeding wildlife these days as it is, for near the house. And I just wanted little roses and stuff like that, those little baby roses. What are they called? But anyway, so on our way back, we both said it basically about the same time that it looks like a tornado is coming, like tornado weather. And so we went home. We had all that stuff in the back of this SUV, so we had to take it out before we could go get Marmaduke anyway. And when we got home, like people say, the floodgates opened. It was bad. And we turned on the radar, and it said that, I think I made a video with part of this in it. Anyway, it said that we were under a tornado watch. Actually, it was Dallas, and we're in a different county, but just north of it. And it said at Dallas it would be 6 o'clock when the tornado watch was over. Well, we're just north of Dallas, and that's the way it was going, or so it was at the time. And so we figured by the time that it hit here, the watch was over for tornadoes and bad weather and all. That would be too late to pick Marmaduke up. So I called, and we had a discussion with that young woman, and she said, oh yeah, we'll keep him for the night. We kennel him, and it wasn't any extra charge. So, okay, he's been there before. Now, in case you're wondering why I didn't help Adam to get Marmaduke out, in and out, I hurt my back, I don't know, about sometime last week, I guess. My back started hurting, and I know what I did. It was a piece of furniture, and the bad thing is I've done it more than once since then. Yeah, my mind's not there. It's been really worried about some things. But anyway, and plus I hurt my finger. I don't know what I did to it, but I think the what do you call it? Is it digit? I don't know. On the one of my fingers kind of bent backwards, and I have it in a splint right now. So yeah, so I couldn't help Adam really. I wound up having to a little bit today to get. Well, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, we picked up. We went to go get Marmaduke that Sunday. So we dropped him on the phone this past Saturday. Went to pick him up on Sunday, and they were only open from 4 to 5 that day. To pick up, we had to go back. We got him, and I noticed that he had some. Now, some of this might be gross to some people. That's the term my generation used. Gross. So, you know, what do they call that? Trigger warning, or just gross warning. But he had some blue goo. That's the only way I can put it. In one of his eyes. And plus, right before that, the young woman, when we picked him up, she said he basically, the dog, Marmaduke, pooed on himself. And I'm like, what? You know, really? Okay, how does a dog do that? I don't know, you know, and anyway, then he had that blue goo in his eye, and Adam was in a hurry. Adam's always in a hurry. He's a hurry man. Hurry, hurry, hurry. So he went ahead and got Marmaduke, went and put Marmaduke in the back of the SUV all by himself. This is a big dog, okay? So I'm surprised his back isn't. He claims his back's hurting now too. Anyway, but we so, and I was saying, what is that in his eye? You know, I was trying to get answers, and Adam was in hurry, hurry, in a hurry, and so at some point later on, Adam said that he needs to stop being in such a hurry. Yeah, he does. And so anyway, he wanted to hurry up and get home. Well, on the way home, I'm like, Marmaduke was, I call it hyperventilating. That's what he's doing. Some would just say he's panting. No, he's hyperventilating. And he's done it before when we left the vet that time back in December. Went to his original vet. Not the groomer, not the second vet, but the original one. And just, I say he has a panic attack. The dog has freaking panic attacks. And so anyway, he did that all the way home, and I was driving pretty fast. Well, I would get a ticket fast, but yeah, for me, fast. Hey, Sunday, you know, Sunday drivers. I told Adam was that whatever they bathed Marmaduke in was causing him to have an allergic reaction. I have allergies. I know I'm human, and the dog is a dog. He's canine. So, but I could see, it was bothering me so bad I was getting a headache, a major headache. And Adam was saying, Adam doesn't really, he's always thinking, you got a great sense of hearing, you got a great sense of smell and all this stuff. I do. I'm a highly sensitive person. Or am I just normal, Adam's the one who's abnormal with it. But anyway, he was saying it was making him sick. This whatever, it was a perfume, but it was so strong it was a stench. I know I made this video before. But anyway, I'll put one on one channel, one on this channel. But anyway, he, because there's more of an update on this one. But, so we got, Marmaduke finally got home, and, we had all the windows rolled down because, it was awful. And he was still hyperventilating. He's done this before, but we got, I went to get Marmaduke's bed because it's a big cushion, and so when we've done this, I told Adam this is what we're going to do whenever he tries to get Marmaduke out of the back, and Marmaduke might fall, and if he fell, he would not fall on the concrete driveway, it would be on that cushion. To be too long, there's a lot of details in all this, but basically we got the dog home, and used the water hose to get the scent off, outside, of course, got the scent off of him. It was really extremely strong. Dog walks into the house, walks a little bit down the hallway, gets to the end of the hallway, and just collapsed. He just collapses. Boom. And now I'm going to jump ahead a few days because there's a lot of detail I'm going to leave out. But we had wondered about everything. What did that groomer do to them? They have new people very young, and the woman that helped me, she looked like she wanted to look tough. Real skinny, but she wanted to look tough. And I'm not saying anything about people who want to look tough, but yeah, just her attitude was along this line. Anyway, we were wondering, we weren't trying to diagnose the dog because we're not people to diagnose dogs. But we kept coming up with all the things that could be wrong with him. What's wrong? You know how you do when you have a pet. It's Sunday. Where are you going to take him? Everything's closed. That place closed. What are you going to do? But anyway, like I said, jumping ahead, we finally got him into a vet today. And it was interesting. Not the one we went to that last time, the one that, Adam said was just basically evil, and that he said Marmaduke was warning us it's evil. Not that one, but the original one. The original one, we don't want to reward bad behavior. Yeah, all this. And we got him in to an appointment because, we had to think about the dog. The dog has, all these problems that vet knows this dog. Well, the thing about it was that vet wasn't there. She's off doing her CEUs for a couple of weeks, which was fine by me. I didn't really like her that much. And so they had a vet fill in another one. This one was probably like the other one, she's retirement age around there. And she, just goes from different place to different place, maybe, like a fill in, a PRN kind of vet. She was very thorough, very sweet, very nice, thorough, everything, just discussed it with us, made it, explained things to us, all that. And but when we got Marmaduke in today, what we noticed as we put him in the SUV, I said I had to help Adam today, was his hind end. I don't know what you call it on a dog. I think it's hind end. I don't know. But it was like all cut up. It was blood and ooze and awful. We weren't able to see it before because Marmaduke, we couldn't move him. And he was laying on that side, which you would think he wouldn't, but he did. And last night, I noticed that it looked like a long 2 to 3 inch cut on one of his legs. And the dog wasn't able to walk much. He wasn't eating. He had finally started eating a little bit. And we couldn't lift him up before then because he was in so much pain. And oh my goodness, so many things, so much of this. But we finally got him in. And yeah, you wouldn't believe what this one said that it was. She was noticing. She said, yeah, he's pretty messed up. We have to shave him and look at it and do all this kind of stuff and to find out why this is so bad. And never seen anything like it before. I have never seen anything like that before at all, ever, on anybody, any dog, any cat, nothing. And what it was, yeah. What she said was that it wasn't actually a cut. It was a skin fold on his leg, but a hot spot. And I listened to her, and I finally said, what is a hot spot? I never heard anybody call that hot spot. But she explained that, it was basically where the dog got hot, I guess. Yeah. But I knew what she meant, and when I got out the text helped Adam get the dog back in the SUV, and Marmaduke back in the SUV, I asked one of them, the older one, I said, it's just basically heat, right? What we humans call heat. I didn't have to say what we humans called heat. He immediately said, yes, it's heat. But it was all, he said, but it also can be allergies. I said, well, this dog does have allergies. And I have seen his skin kind of bad, but nothing like that, nothing. I've seen it where this dog's actually pulled his own hair out. Yeah, weird. But he does have allergies, and they have it that he has allergies, and they've given him allergy medication before, but nothing like this. I'm serious. And my thought, and I told Adam, I said, what if that one of the allergies is what they groom him with, the cologne, the perfume smell, the scent, to whatever they bathe him and all that with. And I said that could be it, and that could be why it's so bad, because it wasn't there before. It was when we picked him up. Okay. So in the meanwhile, I'm telling the story is because there are different kind of situation where you do have to think about somebody other than how ticked off you are. We took Marmaduke back to his original vet's office, and should mention this part before I forget. When we went in, they have his charge since he was born. He's 12, 13 years old. Right after he was born, when he was still a puppy. And this other place that we took him to said that he weighed an unbelievable amount. Okay, and I'm like, I was suspicious then. I was sitting across the room and I heard what they said. And they used that to try to shame us. Okay, no, the dog is not that big. The dog has weighed consistently around the same amount since I've known him. Okay, I don't know what before, but since I've known him several years now. 7 or 8 years, I don't know, of his life. So no, they said he was a little overweight, but because of his size, it wasn't much. Okay, and because of the build of this dog. Anyway, so they were trying, and I had that feeling when we were at that second place, the one that was trying to get all, Adam said the dog says evil, he says evil, that they were trying to, I really felt they were just trying to get as much money as they could and use it, but by trying to shame us. And I knew better. Oh no, you're not telling me this about my dog. Because I'm not the one that feed him, Adam does, but you're not telling me about a dog I'm with pretty much 24/7, 365. Not totally 24, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So when we took him to his original vet today and got him, the first thing they do is weigh him. That dog did not lose 13 pounds in 11 days. No. So that place, like I told Adam, I said that place was lying. Later on, I told Adam, and once we were home, I said, yeah, I was ticked when they told us how much he weighs the same as he usually does. He's, I think, 1 pound heavier from last time. Okay, he did not lose from that second vet's office. He did not lose, like I said, 13 pounds in 11 days. No. So they were just trying to rip us off, use shame, all this kind of stuff, make us feel guilty for something that did not exist. No. Bent over. A few interruptions here, but anyway, I'm telling this to kind of give an update. And I had said at the end of the video, I was very upset. I think the last one, depends on when I put this up, that I was very upset because at the time we were trying to figure out what in the world could be wrong with Marmaduke, that he couldn't walk anymore, not walk far. He wouldn't eat much. He, I'd have to give him water. Get a little flat bowl of water and just stand there and let him drink, because he just really couldn't even move. We couldn't figure it out. All this while, and we were trying to think, what could it be? I even said something like, maybe they kept him in a too small, in a cage that was too small, because the way he was shaking one of his back legs, like he was, I don't know, kind of to me like more of a diabetic kind of, like when diabetics in anger, that happens to me. Used to, when I got angry, like really upset, really worried, my shoulders and my hands would shake. And this is when I was younger. But, like something like that. And like I said, I thought it was a panic attack. We did ask. I knew that a dog can have panic attack, can have anxiety, can have depression. But we asked the vet anyway. And she said, yeah, So, yeah, I think that's it. And I think part of his problem, too, is a bit of depression. I'm not really I can diagnose a freaking dog. I'm going to diagnose him. A dog has panic disorder. I'm serious. It does. Yeah. But, anyway, I just wanted to give a little update on that part. That's why I was saying I was upset, because it was before we knew what it was. And, we still don't know. Why was it not like that before? Why was it, before we took it to the, Marmaduke to the groomer, and then when we left with the groomer, from the groomer, it was the gunk in the eye, the really awful. It looks really awful. That whole leg and that back end. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But we don't know what happened between then, Saturday and Sunday. We dropped them off, and Sunday we picked them up. Really, we still don't know. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be long. Oh my goodness. Okay, if you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, click the circle icon. If you want to watch another video on this channel, you can click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.